Got this 2006 Volvo V70 cross country in today. The customer's complaining that the four-wheel drive system's not working on it, so let's have a look. Printed the fault codes out. There's faults all over the vehicle, to be fair, for all kinds of other issues, but let's focus on the four-wheel drive. The fault that stands out is this 0094 communication between control units, communication problem with DEM. DEM is the four-wheel drive system. So I've got the car elevated, as you can see on the ramp, and I'm going to check the wiring to the DEM. Also as well, when I look through the list, I've done a full scan on the car, and the DEM does not appear anywhere on the list. So it would appear that the DEM isn't communicating, or there's no communication to the DEM for some reason. I'm under the back of the car here. This is the DEM here. It's a control unit attached to the rear diff. It's actually a Haldex rear diff, same as what you find on Volkswagens and what have you. So it has a multi-plug onto it here, which is basically it's a 8-pin plug, but there's only 5 of the pins populated. The green white wires, you see I've got probe there, are the CAN communication lines. So I've got that connected to the scope, and as you can see, there's CAN communication to the DEM. So the CAN lines are intact. Next thing I'm going to check to see that I've got powers and grounds. To do that, I'm going to use a multimeter. I've got it connected to my power probe extension, and turn that plug around so I haven't got the light off the lamp. So I'm on the ground at the minute on the tail of the multimeter, so I'm looking for the power, which I believe is the red and blue wire. So it's this one here, and as you can see, I've got power. So I've got power to the DEM. Next, I'm going to swap from put my multimeter into the power side, or the positive side of the extension, and I'm going to check the grounds. There's 2 grounds on this. There's the brown wire and the black wire. So again, same test. I've got a ground on that one. And I've got a ground on that one. So I've got power and ground to the unit. I've got a CAN signal to the unit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the unit back in and check the CAN lines to make sure the unit itself isn't actually pulling the CAN communication signal down. There's the unit plugged back in. Let's have a look at the CAN. And we've still got a good CAN signal. So the unit itself isn't pulling the CAN down. Next thing I need to do is check powers and grounds to the unit while it's plugged in. Access is a bit bad to the back of this plug, so I'm having to use side probes on this. I will be putting liquid tape on the piercings that I've made. So test lamp attached to the power side of the extension lead. So first thing I'm going to do is check the grounds. The grounds is on the black fills probe and on the black Paloma probe. So again, got a good ground. I've got a good ground. Now I'm going to change the test lamp onto the ground side of the extension. Now onto the red Paloma. See if the power is still good. And yeah, still got good power there. So I've got powers and grounds So I've got powers and grounds to the module, good power and ground. I've got good CAN to the module. So unfortunately, I'm going to call module has failed on this vehicle. I'll speak to the customer because, as I say, there's a list of other faults with the car. Obviously this module is going to be an expensive fix, so I want to see which way he wants to go forward before I start investigating the other issues on this vehicle. Thanks for watching.